Welcome back, everybody. It's time to get this game started. One more best of 3 here in the group stage between PERA and System5, and it's starting off hot. Instantly, we got 3 kills coming the way of PERA. Make it 4. Patrick, how much can you still do? It's only 1 kill, and before you know it, the pistol round is done.
That was absolutely incredible. And the foresight for PERA to send 3 having a look over that way as well. A bit like a Hydra. Every time one of your team got knocked down, another member of PERA popped their head around the corner. That's a difficult round for System5 to lose there. Hurts a little bit. But PERA, CT pistol, absolutely must win. And they are loaded up on the rifles. I like this advanced position. They've got 2 mid as well. A lot of control wanting to be taken, but Keen with the Deagle doesn't want to allow any of that. And actually, these bought-up pistols doing so much damage. DGL does find a little bit of an answer, but they've already lost the player advantage. That's the equalizer, and beautiful movement gets back round the corner.
Oh, another double kill coming through for DGL now. But who knows what Tad can do? He already managed to found 1 with the Deagle. How much more does he got left inside of him? He should have free range to pick up the bomb. And there is still just over a minute to work with. But he has to be careful of every corner. Has no idea where these CTs are positioned. He's got to take it a step at a time.
Yeah, that bomb was left, able to be safely retrieved. And as she said, there was a minute left on the clock. A little bit less time now. But not really much space or information to work with. Every corner is going to be perilous. And is about to walk directly into the lion's den. And there we go. Bibu is going to be the one to clean this up. Second round, maybe a little bit more expensive and a bit messier than PERA would have liked. But it's a round win nonetheless. Okay, full gun round. We've got full rifles on both sides here. Little bits of utility missing from System5, but not really anything to write home about there. I will be quite curious to see how they want to play this. That mid control from PERA last round, very suffocating. Didn't let them get anything, and they are looking to have a look down canals.
Good chunk of flashes. This is going to be enough, though. Attack manages to find 1. Keen eventually 1 on DGL as well. But still, player advantage secured for PERA, and they keep everyone at bay. At least they try to sandwich both from water and main, but the bomb is already stuck on the site. And it's going to take one hell of an effort to still set foot. Maybe with a kill from Chill, and now a follow-up from Keen, making it so tricky. But Corey found a crucial frag and has the HP advantage. Gonna be throwing a nade. She'll need to be careful. Not gonna be tagged. Corey repositions.
Definitely got the advantage here, does Corey. Having all of this space to work with. Chill does have to fight out of connector and has now lost all line of sight and vision and subsequently information here. Does have a lot of time to work with, but that bomb is not going to be easy to retrieve here. Corey has weaseled their way into a nice angle here. Chill going to need to be absolutely on point with these shots. And unfortunately, Corey just had the right angle and had the space to work with there. And that is 3rd round in a row. System5's first proper gun round has been dismantled.
Yeah, very quickly so. Those splashes did not do enough with sheer aim that made it a bit more possible here for System5. But now with another round lost, it's going to be back to the pistols. At least some upgraded ones. And we've seen them actually do pretty well when it came down to the pistols before. So who knows what they've got inside of them.
Indeed, and it looks like they want a heavy hit B here. That Molotov could ruin some days. Beautifully timed. And the SMGs, they could just farm. They are going to run through as well, and they do find Corey. Corey finds the first, and that smoke doing little to hold them at bay there. Backup has found its way onto site. Aaron with 1. DGL running around the corner, spots another, just holds down the trigger, mows down both with the help of DGL. And that is a beautifully done 4th round. And we said that those upgraded pistols, they can be lethal. But in this round, absolutely nothing to be found.
No, absolutely not. Now, this does fascinate me here a little bit, because System5 yesterday, they were playing this map as well, but it was really CT side where mostly their action was at. I'm curious to see how much they can deliver up on this T side. It's yet again another buy. Maybe at least close there to perhaps punishing PERA there. He gets alive safely. Oh, and now counter aggression comes through on this A site. Backed up by DGL on the AWP. Does get flashed off the angle, but still player advantage secured. And will continue to put pressure on System5.
Indeed, they've had to concede that mid space a little bit. That doesn't mean they're not watching it. But Keen finally has that AWP, and we highlighted and we sung his praises from yesterday. Does find that equalizing kill, but gonna fall back off a little bit. Not much more to be found here. Aaron also gonna be forced to back away just a bit there. Mid. She's gonna turn into no man's land here. They've got an empty A bomb site though. If you have a look at this, PERA, they've moved everyone on over. And Chill acting maybe as a little bit of a distraction, and in the meantime, System5 creep ever closer, and before PERA knows what's going to hit them, that bomb will go down. They're going to be planting it now. PERA, that will be the call to action here, but there's not much they can do right now with PERA being smoked off. They're just going to have to wait for that to fade, regroup with Corey.
Bit of a spam through, more so as a warning sign perhaps. Trying to bait out your more utility, but that's not gonna quite happen. Error 1, ooh. Still sitting tight, but a footstep now heard. Eyes are up for Patrick. He's good for the first, hopes for a second, and he will be granted that. It's only Bibu. Does not even get away with a single kill. And just has to run away if he can even stay alive at this point.
I think so.
Okay. Well, Patrick does flash himself, so I guess that is still an opportunity for Bibu to stay alive. With that, first round going the way of System5.
Very nicely done there, pulling the rotates off and, you know, having Chill just distract them over on that B site for as long as possible. Even finding a kill in the mix as well there. Very nicely done. The post plant, just making sure they had enough utility to delay it as long as they could. Patrick getting the double kill was huge. The fact that they didn't trade, absolutely daylight robbery. But round on the board for System5. Can they convert? That is a good start, to say the least.
What is the response going to be like? Mid-aggression coming through. Or at least pressure with those flashbangs. Forces out incendiary. Continued peaks coming out from PERA. But not finding much just yet. Maybe wanting to get aggressive. Oh! I thought they were going to be punished, but no. Keen misses. And with that, Aaron has a shot to punish. So, numbers made equal, and System5 perhaps want to put pressure another way. Going to be forcing themselves through the smoke. Just going to be going out with brute force. Good for a first. Trades are there. And Bibu now the one here to deal with all of that pressure. Continues to delay. But System5 have options still at hand with 50 seconds left on the clock.
I think Corey has sensed this as run on over. But just has to be a little bit careful. This is a disadvantageous fight whilst Bibu is on the other side of the map. I think another footstep just made. There we go. Spots out Chill. Taken down by Chill. Just Bibu left. And there's no money in the bank here for PERA, but it looks like Bibu still wants to push forward. Does have a kit available to him if he wants to go for this, but it'll be difficult to weasel out both of these in Python. We talked about how maybe yesterday not quite as impressive, and this is only his first kill on the board, but nice one to be winning on out there. Time up being called from PERA, probably to discuss what has started going so wrong for them. System5, second round on the board, that is what you want to be seeing.
So timeout now called for PERA. It had such a strong start, but System5 is starting to find their flow now. Finding the cracks in that defense, so something needs to be fixed. It's a bit of a time to talk about it, and maybe even more so that this is an eco.
Definitely. But these ecos, they can be potent. We saw them on the pistol round just absolutely destroy with the one tap. So, you know, definitely less ideal now that you're up against the full buy. I don't want to fully write it off just yet, though. They are going to gamble stack A. Yet to be discovered whether that is going to be a lucky call or not. If they do head towards mid, could be anyone's game here. The moment they catch wind of them on A, they might have a suspicion that that is where they all do lie in wait. But smoke off towards B, that is a good sign for PERA that maybe they've made the right call.
Time will tell if they've done that. For the smoke, not going to be granted much, but they certainly are getting tempted to maybe see if they can push. Now it's faded. Keen is going to be the one trying to entry up. Flash comes through and I mean, this hold so far works out really nicely, but I guess Chill will have to take matters into his own hands. Good for free, and Tag will finish it off. But honestly, that was not a bad eco. That was a really well played, nice stack, guessed well, and PERA at least made it more costly, and with that also bring in a bit of extra cash for themselves. So full-on rifles get back out on the board. Time to see if they can still hold on to the lead.
Indeed. And Keen back on the AWP once more, able to afford it. And it's been pretty good on it so far. Maybe this can be the round that they close it on up. PERA, they really need to find this. Stop System5 driving that momentum, that knife point in further. We saw them yesterday. Once they get going, they really get going. And they've got a bit of a snowball starting to form here. TGL, dangerous option to peek. And actually, that Molotov may just have saved his life from questionable judgment and decision to peek that. But stay safe. Lets them take a little bit more foothold in towards middle. Now just going to play passively. They've got one still over towards A, able to rotate, but still two eyes very focused on mid.
Shadow! Oh, never mind that! Patrick just completely deletes Aaron's head, and Python continues the job in middle. So should be able to pick that bomb back up, but the pressure's going to come right around the corner. Poya should have a timing here. Yeah, and with Python being so low. No instant trade opportunity. Maybe that had to be it. Keen does miss another crucial shot, but Patrick continues. And actually, with how System5 is currently positioned, they're starting to swarm these CTs from very unexpected angles. Oh, trying to use the nade. Create a gap in its smoke. Sadly not connecting, and now Keen is hitting the shots he needed to. So much pressure up on Poya, stuck behind the smoke and nowhere to escape into. And with that, we go from 4-0 to 4-4.
Yeah, and we go PERA back onto an eco as well. System5 primed to take a lead here. Potentially, as long as they don't accidentally drop the ball. But PERA definitely struggling. They're letting System5 dismantle them piece by piece, take these individual fights, and quite often with some of the really aggressive swings we're seeing, they're just not ready for them. And System5, this is a lot better of an Anubis than we saw from them yesterday, mayhaps. Utility to get them through the double doors, and it's a bit of a bloodbath, but Python's going to get both kills, make that a 3k even. And now PERA, 2 players down, and even though it's an eco, you'd want to be finding maybe a little bit more success than this. And Poria does find a pick onto Chill, hasn't been able to recover that weapon, however, is still being held at bay. Python not able to trade, however. Tag, that's the pick onto Korea. Now Poria, you are known, your location is known, and Keen peeks out with the AWP, doesn't miss a shot like that. And that is the 5th round. Can't say unexpected, but that is the lead lost for PERA.
Yeah. And it's nice to see as well that System5 is able to win this one up pretty cleanly. Not getting overwhelmed by these pistols. Not another stack they're walking into. So very well done. And now PERA, a lot of pressure up on them. Because we see System5 now slowly starting to build up the momentum. And actually could potentially be walking away with the half here if PERA is not going to be sticking to the routines. So splitting up. And how aggressive do they want to get?
Indeed, it is all a matter of judgment here. Aggressive is looking like it wants to be the middle name. Chill's just gonna walk out. Caught a massive timing there. Just walking between the smokes, and I bet DGL is very confused what's just happened. Corey does punish, but definitely will have them paranoid now.
And there's a heavy B stack coming through, gonna be pushing for info. But by the time they've done so, middle and A could be compromised, so there's definitely a bit of a time issue here for PERA to get control of the map, and Bibu as well. That kill was a must, and now there's backup that has arrived, but Ara's not hitting the shots. And that means it's still Bibu alone on this side under so much pressure, so much panic. I'm honestly not sure how he manages to hold on for so long and waste so much time on the side of System5.
Yeah, I do not know. And lining up the shot here, and Tag gotta be careful. He's toying with it. Does decide just to back away, and will get to keep his life because of it. They have a little bit of time, but not much. It is going to have to be relatively quick. Temporia in a position potentially to ruin their plans. Going to be planting on the other side of the pillar. No way to contest this. Are they expecting them to be as close up as they are? Corey pushing through water, going to be met with aggression and the barrel of the orb. And Aaron is met by the barrel of the orb himself, and that is going to be his weapon dropped. Now Poria, 1v1. No kit available, a single flash, and has been waiting for so long in main. Can't quite find Tag, can't quite bait them out. Running around the corner, sprinting even, but is there time? Don't think so.
There is. No, you just gotta run away. Oh, this is so sour. At least... Oh, I thought maybe there was an orb, but I guess switch to a different M4.
It's gonna run in, try grab it, yeah.
But where is it? Oh, there it is.
Just in time.
Just in time. But that is all you will get out of the round. Again, another very close affair, coming down to 1v1 and maybe even down to just having a kit or not. Which really, really is painful. So System5 is 6 in a row right now. Money for days. No pressure there whatsoever. And for PERA, this round is quite a must, because they're going to be, their economy is just going to be gone on the next round. Instantly flashes coming through. DGL ready and waiting, but is he going to be looking for this booster coming through? Absolutely not. That's a lovely flick coming through from Keen. And immediately going to be ramping things up. Speed picked up in towards middle. Down we go. And they are not looking to stop.
No, they are not. And who can blame them? System5. They're actually running a little bit away with PERA's map pick right now. This is looking good. And Corey does find a kill just to be able to keep hold of this weapon. Actually finding a second in the likes of Patrick as well, but System5, they've got the money to throw a little bit more at this if they want. I really don't think they want to let Corey get away with anything, but they feed into him one by one, and he gets another one as well. What is System5 doing? And it's just Tag left alive. There's no time for him to go for this now, but he has done so much damage. You can't be peeking him like that.
Yeah, you're talking about damage, but to be fair, there's only one more round in the remainder of the half, and it's not going to be doing too much damage to the economy. There's players with over 10k, so even for Chill, technically a weapon could be dropped if he wants to. No issue there. And for PERA, it's yet again another round lost. It's 7 in a row right now for System5, with a potential of 8, and then they've won the half by a very large margin. Of course, Anubis is quite T-sided, but you know that early stage looked so strong, and PERA winning the first buy, sending them straight back into an eco. But once System5 found their flow, they are looking unstoppable, and I like the switch up of pace. They go for these boosts. They go for these aggressive pushes. And they switch it up every single time.
They do indeed. Now, finally, an opening pick going their way, untraded as well. As they push towards an A site. Actually, still have that pressure being applied over towards B as well, having a nosy at mid. And sending Chill up main just to make sure no one has gotten too aggressive or ahead of themselves over there. Find a pick and move in towards that. Actually, they are not going to be awarded anything for free. Say, actually, as Chill finds PERA. DGL hiding in connector with the AWP. Gets the first. Nice little spin around 360, but caught by Patrick from Canals.
Uh-oh. Aaron goes too deep, but... Oh, never mind. Timing is not working out, and that is 8 in a row for System 5. Can they steal away PERA's map pick? Find out after this.
Welcome back. 8-4 is where we left off. And 8-4 is where we are picking back up. PERA going to need to double their rounds to even catch up to System 5. And it all starts with this pistol round. If they can get the round, if they can get a bomb plant, I'm sure they will be plenty happy with that. System 5, they are going to want to take this one away. But if we remember back to the first pistol round, didn't quite go their way. Can they rewrite the script here? It goes one of each ways. A kill for both PERA and System 5 as DGL pushes on towards their site.
Flashes do come through, but doesn't seem to stop Tag at all. They're very much keen of getting another round to their streak. Chill locks in another one, and it's getting dire on the side of PERA. Only Bebo, who is still standing. And actually, I think they've lost a player in the process. It's not Bebo, at least. Bebo still switches around.
Just a turret.
Yeah, it's the shot. Pretty absurd, but of course, with that bomb still being lost, this is a very, very large task at hand.
It is indeed. I don't really know what you can do here. That bomb, nowhere near retrievable. And Chill, gonna take him out. So that is going to be the pistol round conceded. But nice to see it's at least a little bit closer on this one as well. First pistol round seemed like a little bit of a stomp. Got us again. Making sure everything behind the scenes is working okay. You know it's bad when we're back this soon. You don't want to see us. But but yes, I'm very curious to see how this is going to continue.
I mean, this is already 9 in a row for System 5. And this is the map pick of PERA. I feel like the mental game that's currently going on is absurd. Definitely, System 5 has a strong chokehold on PERA. Still left empty-handed. Still no bomb plan, no cash. Just, you're forced to give them double digits at this point, which is really, really unfortunate. Unless these pistols can do something cheeky. Maybe not nice and personal. Chill needs to be a bit careful. Is backed up by the big chunk of his team, actually. Going to go aggressive here towards B. And so far, so good. First kill, second kill, hoping for a bit more. And a couple players are attacked, so they definitely need to be aware of what these Eagles can do. That is already 1 kill confirmed. Keen at least locks it in, but needs to be careful of his back. Because look who has creeped through.
That he has, but not for long. I was a little bit worried when we saw them peeking out into so many out of main there. But, as you said, basically the whole team was behind him. And the fact that they managed to keep so many of them alive in the face of that is a testament. And System5 actually very impressed so far by them. And we talked about their CT side being definitely their favoured side. The stronger of the two for them. So to see it in action is brilliant. They do have to try to keep this up, but they have given themselves a nice lead to work with, a bit of a safety net as well. And PERA, they finally have guns, so this is one that they have to win here.
Well, they go 1 for 1, but Chill does add another one to his list. Switches it off, keeps them at bay, slows things down. And this is just very nice to see. So when PERA tried to continue to put pressure on System 5, System 5 was like, no, we're not going to give you any space. You just got to get it yourself. Got to think of your own plan. But there is quite a heavy B stack going on here. So no one necessarily accounting for middle, which could technically be a problem. But PERA is going to be grouping up, it seems.
It's interesting because this is the map that would have been the decider last time these two teams played. Anubis would have been the deciding map. We didn't quite get there as System5 did take the series 2-0 with a 13-11 on Mirage and a 13-9 on Vertigo. So it does feel almost poetic that this is the map to kick this off with. And System5 does seem to be continuing their win streak against PERA specifically.
So now this is very fascinating. Another player, if you push through B... And still, there's no one here of System5 to back up Patrick, who is the only player who just has an MP9, and they're pretty much got to give the bomb plant here. I think they were just very much paranoid that they were going to be in middle, and we're clearing that one out first. But with another kill to the list, making it a full V2, this is still a very likely scenario that System5 can grab this retake. How are they going to be approaching this? The smoke helps them out, get a bit of cover, and now 2 kills coming through. MP9 put on the pressure. Now it's an AWP versus an AK. Shots missed. Oh no, panic in the house. And DGL breaks it. It's mistakes across the board for System5. And the streak with that will come to an end. Still doubling the scoreline of PERA. But at least PERA now got a slither of hope.
I don't really know what to say on that. That should have been an easy to close out round there. PERA just beautifully done trying to keep themselves alive and, well, long enough to get the kills in exchange. System5, I don't know. PERA didn't even really have enough people to properly establish, you know, a crossfire on any of the angles, really. They were playing quite disjointed, but they win out those individual fights. They break the momentum. I'd love to see them be able to convert this into a second round and try stem the bleeding a little bit here. System5, however, probably not going to want to let that happen. They're going to want to get right back to their scheduled round win streak. Mid-control, PERA, very good at getting it. And uncontested here as well from System5, but they are just happy to play on the back foot here. Retake that space when it becomes available to do so. Actually, they've just completely forsaken B, and I'll level with you, I think it might have been the right call.
Oh, massive frag here from DJL. They're doing pretty good on that orb. And PERA support immediately makes the numbers very dire looking. These 5 is still standing, needs another, but the MP9 is not superior over the AK. Maybe the Deagle can be, but a flash in his face is perfect. And PERA finds a conversion, a much needed one. And with System5's money being low, this smells like potential for more.
Oh, absolutely. I can see them being able to try it, build at least a third round off the back of this. They're not going to be contested at all here. We do see a Deagle coming on out, but that is going to be about all of the investment they are willing to put into this, just so they can bite into the next. They really don't want to let too many more rounds slip away here. There's little to no, I say little to no, there is no utility here. So they're going to have to take these fights dry. They have stacked over towards this B site. We've seen gamble stacks work fairly well in this map so far. It is all just luck of the draw, however. And it does seem that it is only PERA over towards this site. They're just going to inch slowly towards A. Doing their due diligence nonetheless, clearing the site out just in case with those Molotovs. But now PERA is about to find themselves in a rather uncomfortable situation. But that is so much information to work with. You can call the fact that there is a massive stack there, and as you can see, immediate change of pace for PERA. They push onto the site, no need to check their corners. They put the bomb down, and now they get ready. They know they have a little bit of time to set up until post-plant here as well. Not much that can be done.
Yeah, they're just kind of protecting this AK at this point. Going a snake. Maybe the rest can see if they can hunt anything down with that exit into its middle, but they're not necessarily going that way. So they have to fight for spawn instead. And here comes the big fight.
We will fight them on the beaches.
Well, Keen does get a kill.
But
so I guess the AK is still in their hands, which is nice, and a bit of extra cash as well, and an orb can be bought. So this next round is definitely not looking shabby for System5. But let's see if PERA can creep even closer.
Yeah, they very much protect the president last round, fight them on the beaches at the end. And they do manage to keep that AK, which is a nice little investment for them, as they are quite light on the ground with utility. PERA, 7 rounds on the board. That gap looking slightly less ominous now, but does go both ways. I say that PERA going to be getting that upper hand now. And whilst they don't have a bomb site, they have thinned the hood significantly. Everywhere they look, they've got one person on mid and one on each site. And that's going to be so easy for them to pick away at. Ooh, Aaron, big job on their hands here. If you can even get one before going down, that would be huge. Nope, can't, but lots and lots of damage done here as well. And that has opened the door for PERA to get onto this A site. Chill. Ooh, one bullet, all he needed to take down Corey there on the crossover and tagged, waiting. Here's the jump up, but Bibu, whilst jumping, gets the kill onto tagged, and PERA has his back. Chill's gonna find one, and it's a little bit messy, it's a little bit scrappy, but it will be PERA coming out on top here.
Oh my lord. And just like that, it was such a dominant half. And so many rounds won in a row, but it has fallen quiet. And PERA now is suddenly getting closer and closer to the point where System5 is in a lot of trouble. People are going to be forcing here, trying to make something out of this all. But this is far from ideal, and most likely PERA can make it even to 9, maybe even 10.
Potentially, that would be the ideal scenario for them. Chill, held at bay there. Not quite able to go for the information peak that I think he wants to. But here it comes. Oh, Bieber looks away just the wrong second, and that has given the exact timing that they needed for System5 to open the floodgates. Resmoke coming out is going to keep Corey away from Connector. How much that deters him is another matter, especially with Corey helping on out here. That is a lovely HE grenade, and that is going to be the kill as well. And our 3v3 definitely at a disadvantage our System5, but the fact that Keen has just got another kill only strengthens their case. You have to be careful of those Connector players, however. Just backing off. Going to have been heard by tags here. But sprays down, eventually getting the kill. They're taking a little bit of damage in the meantime, but regroups with DGL.
This is the first real shot System5 still got to make something out of this round. And the timing will be everything. Patrick met with 2 players right up front, and with the timing always right, he tags up the second player. Maybe can even get the kill, not quite, but that is information gain. Now 20 seconds, smoke in front of Keen. Does he commit to the push here? Seems like he isn't, and with that, there is information gained. He must have dropped, and he must have gone to B, and that is right. Is he going to be pushing, or is he going to be patient? Coming out with a surprise, and yes, he does. Oh, choices to be made, but that is a brilliant headshot up on DGL, and Keen on the up. The pistols as well, they reign superior.
That was absolutely stellar there from System5. A round that they came into with definitely not the upper hand here. And they come away with finally getting that 11th round, put themselves one step closer. One is all they need to, at least, if everything goes horrifically wrong, secure themselves over time. But 2 more needed to win out their opponent's map pick, and that's a strong position to be putting themselves in. And PERA, they do have a little bit of a history of losing their own map pick. So maybe it's all in the script. However, definitely not ideal. There's a heavy B-lean here from PERA. Tagged. Does have a little bit of support here from Patrick, but they are going to need to be precise with this. They see the utility raining out. That HE gonna soften them up nicely.
Oh, that is a very lovely nade, but running out of bullets at the same time, so backup is needed. And it certainly has arrived. Chill with a double. And so far, so good. System5 looking to get it over the line to 12. Only DGL stuck in the corner, but easily found.
That was incredible. They handled that perfectly. Chill coming in from Canals there, you said. Waiting for backup to arrive, and the cavalry did, and they got a 2K as well. Everyone on System5 feels like they are doing their part. Once again, Python, very quiet game at the moment, and it's Chill stepping up again. It's nice to see that this is a team where everyone has the ability to shine on different days. That's quite nice. Aaron, we unfortunately can see a little bit of a weak link, perhaps, on the side of them. DGL going to be the first one to go down. HE to plant the smoke. Not quite going to be enough to find the kill off the back of it, but in the meantime, Blue floods down into the kill feed, and it's a 5v2.
Well, battle going down and towards middle point, at least we get away with one more. But not before this game is over. 13-8. System5 lock it in. And even though it was a bit of a scary comeback there at one point, They lock it in. They make sure it's not getting any closer. They get that CT side back on track. And honestly, this being PERA's map pick got me scared. Because that first half was not looking competitive.
The death, because that'd be a little bit dramatic, but it's definitely not something that you are going to be looking forward to, especially with the caliber of teams that you will be facing should you be demoted back to the advanced league. And now we are in game. We are just going to be watching, of course, System5 take themselves out of the map, out of the round, so that we can get a side switch, a Rooney. And it's not often that we get to see that. I quite enjoy it on Vertigo, being the only map that you can sort of hurl yourself out of bounds.
Yeah. And it's actually very fun if you go down to the T-spawn, there's like a sign where it says, yeah, how many casualties? 11 already. Of course, not before, that was sort of in the warm-up. But we love to see that. That's just a lovely detail.
What's the highest number anyone's seen on there?
I don't know.
In an actual legitimate game, like in a game that you have been playing.
I mean, I feel if it's just already won it's too high. It just shouldn't fall off. That's the key part of this map. But let's see, what's the strategy going to be? It's a full-on rush down towards this B-bomb side, and at the moment, it's only PERA who is home, and maybe has to just back off.
Definitely has to back off. You do not want to be overwhelmed here, and it's going to be a 5v5 retake to kick this map off, and it's Keen going to be kicking off the attempt at holding down this site. PERA does find one in return, but the rest of the team's just melted around him, and Patrick going to make sure that PERA is going to be the only one getting a kill this round. Chill, closing it on out.
System5 have a strong start yet again. And with a bomb plant, a couple kills, their money is looking very nice already. Looks like Keen might just be ecoing. Wouldn't be surprised if he maybe wants to get a T-side AWP out as soon as he can. Never mind. Not gonna be the case. Still buys up into an AK. So rifles across the table, one Mech-10 for Patrick, so maybe you can get a bit aggressive with a Mech-10, start to fly out. And at the same time, PERA keen on getting information here. Bibu pushes deep, but Tech is at least here to hold it off. That's the first. Waits for another. That's now spotted, and Corey has pretty much no choice but to back off. If he continues to go for it, he's pretty much dead. And, well, DGL does find one frag. Let's see how much more PERA can do. Oh, I love this.
I don't know if anyone's even going to come this way, though. I don't think they will, which is really sad because I love the initiative. I love that the Zeus is now like a viable thing to actually buy sometimes. I'll be honest with you, Zeus buff was not on my cards for CS2. Of all the things they needed to implement, I don't think this was... Oh, actually... Oh, we do. It's absolutely beautiful. PERA has now taken his place in my heart. It's my favorite player. Unfortunately, not able to find anything more after that Zeus kill, but Corey left alive. Not for much longer. I have a feeling Keen spotted them out. Damage. It's difficult to finally close out the kill, but he does indeed. Corey fooled. And while System5 win the round, PERA have won the people's hearts.
Exactly. Well, you know, it's nice for your confidence. There's a bit of extra cash as well. So let's see. Now a buy round coming out for PERA. No AWP just yet. No cash for that. So it's 4 on AKs against 4 on M4s. And who's going to be winning it out? Let's find out.
Heading towards ramp once again. The story of Vertigo, but tagged, caught with his pants down by the aggression from Aaron. And PERA wanting to maybe try find any stragglers, anybody that also dared to get a little bit cheeky. Keen, however, the only one left here, gonna back away. Corey's got a bit of a task on his hand at mid. Spots the utility coming out, spots the first and the second. Not quite able to take down Python, but takes him down low at least. And now it is a 4 versus 3.5. 2.5, sorry.
System5 looks to group up towards a ramp. And there is a Apoya who is having a very cheeky angle. Oh no, no one's paying attention. Oh, so close. And it does get to. Will be shot right off the map, but now it's just Patrick standing. 1 versus 3. And a very big job at hand. Here's the flashes. Very paranoid about his back as well, but everyone is already facing the right direction, and the first kill is the final blow. Well done, and PERA get that first round up on the board.
Absolutely, and I love the initiative of playing on the ledge there. There were pros and cons to it, as you said. Lovely angle, they were not expecting it, managing to get 2 before finally falling with information on the third. Beautifully done. However, it is difficult if you do get overwhelmed to try back away. The fact that he managed to keep his cool and get as much information and as many kills as he did, absolute testament to what PERA is capable of. But it's going to need to be a little bit more. That was kind of a bonus round for them. And actually, System5, they don't really have the best weaponry going into this. Just a lot of pistols and that singular AK. They're creeping on around here. Bibu going to be the first one to make contact. Here's the utility. Going to have to hold their nerve as they are overwhelmed. Only good for 1, and that is the bomb site going to be falling. And Corey dancing around the smoke. Spots the leg out of one of these players. I think it's tagged. But now they've got the bomb set up and they are ready to just overwhelm. The best defense is a good offense, and that is what they're doing. They're trying to bring the fight to them. And actually, it's all going sideways. Poria with 2 and Aaron with 1, and now it's just Python, that single rifle, speeding around the corner. Is Corey going to take him down? Nice clean headshot. And PERA do keep this under control. They allow for a bomb plant, but they do not allow another round to slip out of their grasp.
Get a team flash there as well. Oh, it's got to sting a little bit. And PERA lock in 2 rounds in a row. And immediately money is empty for System5. I do see a cheeky scout investment here alongside that rifle, so something's still going to come through. Maybe have faith that a scout and Naking can still do the job, but if not, their money is going to be in a very awkward spot. Well, I guess so. Keen does get the opening kill. He's tagged, but I guess at this stage, that is pretty much all you can wish for. Maybe then the scout trying to soften up some people, or more so being a warning sign. Keeps the CTs looking over towards that A ramp, while now over towards B. A smoke has been put down, but they're going to be jumping right on through. Bibu does deal with the first, and there's no one there yet to respond. Oh, never mind. Patrick and Childu, the Deagles are reigning supreme, and now suddenly, what can they do? They kind of sandwich Corey on the site, and this is looking strong. It's now just Aaron who is left up against now a picked up M4 and tagged on the scout.
Ooh, beautiful timing there. That's going to be the information, and tagged on the AK, knows where he's coming from, has his number, but just has to try whittle down this time as much as possible. Aaron does have a kit, and that has to worry. Tagged. Spam, he doesn't know quite where he's hidden, but that's the information. Now knows he's not behind the white box, and tagged. Waits for the sound of the defuse, peeks out, and confirms his team around. It's a lot closer than maybe they would have liked it, but also off the back of the buy that they had, you will not be complaining if you are System5 there.
Nicely done. So System5, they bounce back. And immediately PERA is in, well, a bit of a troublesome economy position themselves. They can afford an AWP, but at the same time playing with a double MP9. Now, close range MP9s, we love to see them, especially up on CT side. Try to get up close and personal, like up here, with the support then of DGL up on the AWP. Oh, and that's a great timing. Keen stuck with a molly in his hand and nowhere to escape into. And merely going to be taking a bit of more of a passive approach up on this side. They know that they've thrown in a lot of util here already. So, can't really risk playing too forward.
No, and they have fallen victim to that too many times, learning their lesson at the very least. System5, they are play it down, which on the T side may be slightly less devastating. But still not ideal as they creep on up forward. And you said you wanted to see those MP9s up close and personal. Aaron, not even going to get aggressive, letting them play into their trap as well. That's the point of the trap, is that you wait for them to spring it. You stay uninvolved for as long as possible. Can hear the utility coming out. Hesitating on whether to peek, and DGL, that smoke going to block off line of sight. Python might have a nice little angle there. Shoulder spotted, and actually going to take him on down. Chill finds one as well. DGL tries to blow open the smoke, but not quite able to find anything on the quick swap. Actually finding his own demise. Tagged's getting one, and now it's Corey and Bibu left to find something, anything, but with the state of the money right now, they really can't afford it. So they are just going to back away.
No, this was already quite the investment being put into this round. We were talking about the MP9s. And there's just no choice but to just put away. Hope you can hold on. Bibu actually finds a kill upon Tad. So with a bit of luck can actually switch to a rifle. But at the same time, still, of course, was very much aware you could be getting hunted. But
Yeah,
looks like everyone is just letting everyone be. Unless...
I was going to say live and let
fall.
live, but not really. Why would you if you are System5? You've got the advantage. You've got a little bit of cash flow in the background as well. A little bit of a bumper if the worst of times hit. But again, we've talked about it. They always seem to be double the rounds of PERA. They always seem to find themselves in that position, don't they, System5? Now, this is going to be not much to work with here from PERA. They have the orb, but it is surrounded by absolutely naught but 2 single smoke grenades. Actually, that boost up, going to pay off loads. Python's going to fall there. But, trade back. This time with the nade, however, keeping the numbers even on the scoreboard. And Keen has got an empty mid to work with here. Could find a lovely timing. The backup of Chill here, they must play off of each other well. Chill takes contact and is going to ask for a little bit of assistance there. Smoke comes through. Bibu, look at that. Lovely angle, but not going to spot anybody.
Just Chill luring these players to come and find him. He's hungry for kills. And, well, at the same time, Corey drops a bit of cash with a Mech 10 in his hand. Now finds another. And at this point, it does make me wonder a little bit, how aggressive do you want to go? Corey actually maybe wants to give this a bit of a look in, it seems. Tries to maybe go for an AK, not quite.
There we go. System5, that fight there was all just a bit of a distraction, a waste of time. Because by the time that PERA put themselves in a situation where they could go for this, the timer was already low enough that, you know, with no kits, not even worth a look at.
Nice, the System5 is picking up the speed.
But it's going to be a full out buy from both of these teams now. That AWP is being reinvested into here. They have managed to keep hold of that sniper rifle and have it in quite a few of the rounds at this half. Whether it has been finding that impact or not, that is up for you guys to decide. But I don't think the scoreline lies right now. Lucky HE grenade, but not really going to find any damage at all there. HE to part the smoke themselves, and that could be a lot of information, but System5 managing to duck behind the corner just in time.
Oh, they're going to be boosting up. Maybe overwhelming the AWP. But it all depends who has the quicker reaction time and all. It was in favour of Chill, but can't quite connect the shot. But At least forces DGL off the angle. Has to force himself back, but instead there's a counter flash and Chill completely blind. Now let's see. Can System5 crack the code? Can they come back inside? But no, the door remains closed. DGL looks in his third kill. Poya finds a fourth. And now it's just Python. The one in charge of lurking through middle. At least good for a kill. But at this point, if you want to do economic damage, you desperately need to find more.
Yeah, DGL heard us talking about maybe not having the most impact, even having that AWP that whole time, and then decides to show us an absolute masterclass that round with a 4K. And that is what we want to be seeing if PERA want to go for this reverse sweep. System5, however, already on 5 rounds here, so if they can get even one or more, that's a really nice position to be going on to a CT side with. And PERA, they haven't exactly broken the economy of System5, but it's definitely not in a happy place right now. So we can see it from the Tech9 and the Galil, but still got that AWP back out. And that firefight going to be coming on through. A lot of initial damage, but no kill. And Python's got to be careful, and I say that as the nade lands and takes him down. There's another opening pick, and PERA actually going to double down on that, get a second. Going for a little bit more here, and it is going to be tagged, hiding, cowering. Back down to the bottom of ramp.
I still want to get aggressive here. Oh, they almost line up. Had to be careful for a sec. But no, they're going to lock it in here. TGL will yet to get another kill. On top of the server with 8 now, alongside Poya. Dice form. But honestly, a 1v4 where you have a very similar scenario like the last round where so much damage already had been done. System5 are left empty-handed.
I really don't know what more Chill can do here. I don't even think that escape is going to be an option because there are eyes everywhere. I think he spotted a shoulder, gets the first there. Picking up the AWP, but just thrown out the map. Corey watches it disappear into the sunset, but it doesn't really matter too much. Poirier has managed to scoop one up. But that, I like the initiative. I also really like the cinematic shot of Corey just like watching the AWP disappear into the ether.
That's so good. I mean, if you want to do economic damage, that certainly is one way to do it. It's a big investment gone, and you have to rebuy into it. So, okay, we'll give System5 that. But they're going to be up on pistols now, and this smells like a very likely tied-up scoreline after this. And then we still have to ask questions. Are they going to be finding a way back into the half or not? Ooh, okay. It's a lovely juicy nade on the flip side. Chill now falls. Keen has been tagged, and even though the first shot landed in favor of System5, this is now starting to look very dire.
Dire is definitely the right word. System5, a very momentum-driven team here, and once they start rolling, they usually can put a lot on the board, but they really struggle to come back once their opponent starts to rack up those rounds, and that is what PERA is doing. And this ramp is closed for business. No matter how many times they try and push this, they are just not finding any success here. Shut down with utilities, shut down with these weapons, and especially shut down by DGL, who has really come alive in the past couple of rounds.
A little spam pre-fire. Wouldn't be surprised if maybe the next one connects. Oh, there we go. As soon as the smoke fades. And that drops the bomb. Clean round coming through for PERA. And this is starting to look very, very good. So, we got worried for a sec with System5 building momentum. But at the end of the day, it's still quite back and forth. And yeah, a lot of questions as to who can win out this half. There's definitely an economic advantage here for PERA, that even if they were to lose this, they can still buy for the last round of the half. But the same can't be said for System5, so there's a lot of pressure riding on this round for them.
That there is indeed. I think they've decided to forsake ramp on this one. A brilliant call as well. Lovely HE through the window. Not actually going to tag anybody up, but after hearing the commotion, definitely worth throwing one out just in case. Korea has been incredible at holding on to this round. A little less pressure on him this time around, and Python waiting in spawn. I'm assuming has a lineup ready and waiting. Or maybe just biding their time a little bit, trying to make PERA uncomfortable, make them shift and moved around, and maybe pro for a weakness after that.
Ooh, spotted. Aaron has to grab the M4 out and maybe wants to get aggressive. Ooh, almost lines a couple of them up, but doesn't continue to spray. And now flashes left and right. He smokes, creates so much confusion. And it's Keen that only is able to get one. Once again, big advantages here for PERA. Patrick Shaw, he creeps up on the site, but I don't think he's going to be alive for much longer. And it looks like PERA is just toying with their food. I love that smoke that came into play. The way that PERA worked their magic around it. And yeah, the scenario we were talking about. System5, barely any cash in the bank. It's going to be upgraded pistols. Maybe an SMG at most. And, well, a couple Khalils. But it's far from ideal here for that final round of the half.
6-6 would be really nice for them going onto the CT side. I think they'll be happy with 5-7 if they can secure themselves that pistol round. If not, maybe they start to get a little uncomfortable. PERA definitely has lit fire underneath them, especially with the fact that they are getting opening pick after opening pick, and it's everyone individually stepping up. Like this very heavy presence over towards B stairs here, and Bibu, lot of work on his hands, has a little bit of presence in mid, but fully blind, still manages to get one. It's going to be a little bit of a rush on over, because once they get this site, they've been really good at keeping hold of it as well. Keen doesn't realize there's a bit of a gap in the smoke, and Chill going to try abuse that himself, and we've got Python trying to cause some commotion, some distraction. But DGL, lovely close up with the sniper rifle, and Python, you've got to be careful here. Once that smoke dissipates, you are in the open with absolutely nothing to protect you.
Oh, shoulder spotted and instantly looks towards scaffolding. That is such a good read, and he has the info. Goes for a fake. Maybe waits for a bit of noise.
He's got the right read. He's got a lot of time to work with as well. 30 seconds still.
And no util, so that is going to be stinging a little bit. Goes for another fake. Oh, and it works out, but no! PERA has the better shot, so the half is 7-5. A close one, and he will win out this map. Find out after this. Welcome back, everyone. This time around, it is certainly a lot of a closer half, and PERA, in fact, leading now on System 5's map pick. But Vertigo perhaps a bit CT-sided, and enough chances here for System 5 to see if they can find a way back, beginning with this pistol round. Spotted already a lot of action, and now moving up this A ramp. Time to see who's going to be winning out the second pistol.
That is a lovely opening pick, and the Julies are sounding loud and proud. They go for a little bit more as well, and it is just an absolute shutdown. This is exactly mirrored of how we saw the first pistol round. And now, second one on the board, must win there for System 5, just to make sure that they don't let that gap get any closer. And they put themselves in a prime position there to just immediately close up that gap. They struggled a little bit towards the end of the half there, but PERA, with no bomb plant and no round, what can you really do?
But the only thing I think they can really do is just give up a tight scoreline. There is most likely not going to be a lot coming out of these bag locks. Long range, every advantage is in favour of System 5. They're just occasionally peeking, just for info.
It's a little bit too early to limit test as well, because you know that they're not quite up to their full firepower yet. So any information you do find might be a little outdated the moment you get your hands on weapons. So really, I would love to see something aggressive coming out of PERA meet System 5's fire with fire of their own. Actually, just playing a slow and methodical, and they are going to play right into Python and Chill here. Chill playing off the back of the ledge once again. The angle working more. And Python does actually have time to switch to the sidearm, but Corey and Bibu gonna get kills apiece. Patrick, however, immediately right into the fray to pick up the trades there. Bibu does manage to get out with his life, but he is hobbling, he is limping, and he has not long left for this world, I don't think.
I mean, it does hear a lot of noise, and honestly, if one of these headshots connect, it could become very tricky. You know, only one weapon that needs to be picked up, but nope, pretty far around the corner, and Tat deals with it perfectly. So, still a scenario we predicted, 7-7. And now from here on out, anything can still go down. PERA can come back with an insane fight, maybe steal back the map. But System 5 could also end it 2-0. That's their goal. A job that they couldn't do and finish yesterday. And now they have a very good shot of doing so. It's not a walkover this time around on this second map. So yet again, early signs look good. But it's not over till it's over.
Exactly. It is not over till it's over, to say the very, very least. Chill, ready and waiting, jiggling on the angle here, but not actually going to be able to spot anybody just yet. A lot of information that System 5 are working with here. They've heard nothing mid. They're seeing absolutely nothing towards ramp right now. So they are probably a little bit confused as to where PERA is actually hiding.
Oh, Chill grabs the kill towards scaffolding, and maybe Kingdom getting more. But his position has been held. Oh, and a flash around the corner. Never mind that. Python swings, and the teamwork is great. But, oh, Tad can actually do a lot. Switches to the 8K. And honestly, it doesn't even matter that he falls back. Look at how aggressive people get. Could be in his favor, but not. He's being held. System 5 just continue this role in this second half. 8 now secured. Money again low for PERA. So, this is gonna sting definitely for quite a bit.
Definitely. That is not a round that you want to be losing. That is the lead conceded as well, that you worked so hard not only to take, but to try maintain. And they are forced back onto these Tech 9s. We've seen them do a lot of damage. But unfortunately, they are up against an absolutely brilliant buy hit from System 5. Just checking that no one had run up and hid in that smoke there. Gotta be sure. They see nobody there. Molotov immediately extinguished as well. That's not quite how you want to be expending your utility, but really they can just throw everything in the kitchen sink at this. They know that PERA's got to be on a weak line. Bill, he's using the same angle again, and he's just never being punished for it. Managing to get another 2k there as well, and Python from up above, the Guardian Angel to avenge the kill. And now PERA left alone, left alive.
Yeah, yet again, a very promising round. If they keep this nice and clean, they perhaps could start to steal to double digits. There we go, last kill found. And 9 now secured. And that means the pressure certainly is starting to rise on the side of PERA. Of course, being a map down, this map needs to be yours. And now you've lost your lead. You feel kind of stuck. So, when the first buy round doesn't go your way, let's see if the second one can be better.
Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. They really need to win this one. I think for the mental and the momentum as well, they need to try shift this back. Because System5, we talked about it, they run away with themselves when they start this. You give them an inch and they will take a mile. PERA, finally, the opening kill going the way of PERA, but immediate trade back and answer. Patrick forced back, trying to shoot through the flames a little bit as they tickle his toes, but neither team able to find an extra kill there.
Almost a double secured, but Aaron does find a way to fight back. And yet again, the numbers kept even. And it looks like they want to split on towards B, and it's going to be quite tricky. At the moment, there is support from Keen on the AWP. Oh, and he does very well. Gets rid of Aaron, who was, of course, in towards middle. But how close did he want to get? There is still a player on the rotation on ramp. Luckily, the trade does come through. Oh, but Patrick made noise. I don't think he's been hurt though. DGL very hyper-fixated on middle. And now that's the time for Patrick to strike on the flank. Very well done. Good communication. And this was, honestly, I mean, it's still close, but a very, very solid retake coming through from System5.
Indeed, indeed. And it's nice to see PERA getting a little bit closer each round to being able to secure it. They finally get a bomb plant this round, and they do whittle it down to only 2 survivors on the side of System5. We need to see them keep doing this, and they have the weaponry to just try push it once more. But System5, that's double digits, and that is a slightly worrying prospect because, of course, they took map number 1. All the utilities being thrown. Patrick, wide out in the open here, does have Chill to back up there. The flash is good as well, but Corey and Bibu together, they manage to find themselves the player advantage. They win that fight out.
2 for 1. That is exactly what PERA needs. But still questions as to how they're going to be capitalizing on this. They slow things down. Seems like they are quite keen on going towards a ramp with one player lurking around B, maybe waiting for pushes or holding off for a flank. But there's nothing here to worry about yet.
Not yet.
Maybe waiting for how System5 is going to respond, if they're going to be throwing util, but it looks like they are quite keen to hold on to everything, with the exception now of a lovely flash, but nope! We have 2 players sitting and waiting over towards short. Oh, and there's just no time for Keen to turn around. So many angles to cover just by yourself, and it's not going to happen, not this time around.
Definitely a lot more cohesive looking round here. Methodical take of ramp, and then, of course, construction. But System5, they put up a little bit of a fight there. Definitely a bit of a falter. However, good to see PERA back on the board. They're going to need to convert off the back of this. And System5, whilst their money on Python and Chill isn't looking too amazing, they have given themselves that little bit of a buffer with that round streak win, just to bounce right back into this if they want to.
Terrorists win.
Oof. Still a lot of damage dealt. I thought for a sec TGL was going to die, but not quite. They stay alive. Good for their money. because still quite a costly round. They haven't really been able to build up the cash at all.
No,
So
no,
winning
they
consecutive rounds is pretty much a must. And for System5, another shot to maybe steal it away. And if they can actually do so, that's really gonna stand. They can get, first of all, 11, but most likely on the back of that, a possible 12 based on just the economy. So a lot riding on this for both squads.
You can tell they're definitely a little bit more apprehensive because this is a round with big stakes as well. Again, throwing that Molotov, making sure no one is trying to push up into that smoke as well. They spot out something through the smoke, and it is going to be Chill finding the kill on Taporia. Now, Aaron is going to find tags elsewhere on the map as they are also crunching towards this B site. And it's divided System5's attention, something that they haven't done a whole lot. And Patrick is going to have to be hyper aware. The flash is absolutely perfect. And Keen now coming to help back up. Doesn't quite get the kill, but it's Patrick. But nade right back in his face. They are going tit for tat, blow for blow here. But do they know that Python has weaseled his way in this far?
Ooh. Chill does fall one. It brings it back to a 2-on-2. Now stuck behind a smoke. Oh, there's a very cheeky angle there by Python. Now just... Oh, no, the timing. Oh, and his head gets taken off. I think he was very much paranoid there was a player up close, but not the case at all. Just a completely wrong read. Now Keen trying to get baited out. And Keen still... He's trying to check the right corner, but no, there's no one there. Everyone is on the back of the side. Maybe you need your flashy or power. Oh, man, that first kill was nuts, but it's not going to get it over the line.
Not quite this time. We've seen some incredible clutches come out from him. This got close, but didn't quite cross the line there. And PERA, they bring this a little bit closer. They destroy the economy as well of System5. And now they have a chance to close up this gap once again. I feel like we've said that a couple of times this map already. But this is a big round for PERA. They've got to make sure, not necessarily to be too wary, but just to make sure not to throw it away. Because System5, they want to get aggressive. They do shut down Chill. And that is a good start. The rest of them just on pistols. There is a P250, but that is the only thing you've got to be even slightly concerned about, I think. Warriors so much space taken, but not willing to overcommit or get too aggressive and lose their life, knowing that they are just on pistols and that you probably should make sure not to run into any gamble stacks.
King does trade, but at most he's going to be getting a Mech 10 out of this situation, which is still not ideal. And the Python right now, and it's not even going to get a kill. Just a lovely tag up on GGL. But there we go, everyone found double digits secured as well. And with that, an even scoreline yet again. And now, there's a lot of pressure running on System5 because, in contrast to what we were saying earlier, now it's their economy that is in a bit of a cheeky spot. If they're going to be losing this round, PERA could walk to 12. Maybe take it all away.
Exactly. This is anyone's game right now. System5, they are on CT side. And they do have weaponry now, but we talked about how they get into their own heads sometimes, and this might be another case of that. Chill. Not quite able to take his favorite angle, held at bay by the fire and the flames. He's going to send an HE out to do a little bit of his job instead, and DGL going to be pushing up. That nade going to leave him completely exposed, but no one to capitalize off the back of it.
Uh-oh, just walking out dry, and the flashes do help as well. And now you just dump every bit of util you've got on the side, but maybe the nade... Ooh! Almost good for a kill. I really like the idea. But I guess Patrick wanting to be the hero a little bit too much. And now System5 just have to save. There's just such a large investment that you just can't be throwing away.
Yeah, not even finding a kill either. That one hurts a little bit. Maybe running out of steam here. We talked about how their first map's usually really, really good, and then they start to teeter off a little bit. Maybe, just maybe, we're seeing this happen for the second day in a row. And Tag does have to be careful of where he is hiding. He's going to be able to hear the footsteps, and that's more than slightly worrying for him. Does have a bit of backup there from Keen. Both of them really need to keep hold of these weapons. It's good that he's got the AWP on him. But that is a round you really don't want to be losing. And now, in a difficult position with this, you have some utility, some weaponry, some money, but not enough for a proper buy. Do you stop PERA getting to match point, or do you let them take it and then fight for overtime? And I think that what they're wanting to do is make PERA even... Try close the stat regulation. Make sure they don't hit 13.
The pressure's on. System 5 again. Had a very promising start here of the half, but now it does feel like it might slip away. King gets aggressive in towards the middle. I do like this. Bit proactiveness coming through from System 5, trying to switch things up, but not really finding much. So, no choice but to fall back. There's a heavy A focus. In fact, all of the players are here. What is happening?
It is unusual to see a round like this, that's for sure, and it does mean that there's going to be a bit of a bloodbath that we get to witness. Now it's just a matter of who gets the opening pick. It's going to be PERA, going for a little bit more as well, able to find a second and switch over to that wall. Backs away, even trying to drop a smoke to try distance himself further. And now that has distracted the team. That fall away might have been heard, and I think they've called it. They are heading on over, rushing on over towards B.
Yep. And again, it's just no option but to just try and save. Let's get one. Almost a double. But this is now really going to sting. There's at least a tiny bit of a loss bonus. But it still is not going to be enough to invest back into an orb. And to have every bit of firepower you desire.
Yeah, it is a rough one at System 5. You were looking so good at the start of this half, and they've got to be kicking themselves with this as well. And the fact that they are not going to be able to save any weapons, that their money is not in a good place right now, that is going to hurt the mental. And now 2 rounds in a row needed for even just overtime is definitely not a fun prospect for this team. PERA going to be very happy lining up that third map, Mirage. Map that both of these teams have played quite a bit of this season. We did say PERA, if it goes to a third map, it does look like it's in their favor. The reverse sweep. System 5, you don't want to let that happen 2 days in a row.
So what are they going to be bringing to the table? Boost up the ramp. They've definitely been liking this A site. And I hear a lot of noise coming their way. So timing, positioning, it's all going to be super important to try and hang on. Oh, but a boost get spotted. Chill at least does respond. So numbers made even again. Oh, crucial second kill found. But at the same time, pressure continues to rise. Looks like B is instead where they want to head. But a smoke in attempt to slow them down. Not quite going to happen. How keen are they to hang on to the side? They want to give it up. They want to fight for it. Looks like they want to fight for it. Getting desperate. Trying to tag them left and right. Corey is low as well as DGL falls. And maybe this is then the round. Oh, but kills come back and forth. But it's Patrick to find the final blow. We're not done with this one just yet. 11-12.
Finally breaking that loss streak, and it is the round to do it. We are going the full 24 rounds of regulation System5, this is where they faltered on that map 3 yesterday. They brought it so close. They had the lead. They lost it. They bring it back to this exact scoreline, and they fumbled the ball. Now one more chance needed, and they get caught on each other. At spawn, they're lacking a little bit of utility, so it's not favorable to say the least. It is an uphill battle. System5, you have to go for this all or nothing.
Again, quite an aggressive A approach. Have now the support of Patrick as well, so it looks like maybe want to try and see if they can pincer them already before walking out of ramp. Flash coming. Nope, that's not a flash. That's a smoke coming through. And they hear footsteps, so there's definitely noise. They know there's presence. But it's about how they approach the response. They asking for backup perhaps. We have a player watching mid instead, but now Chill falls, the hero of the last round. And now, how will they adapt? Looking for the player towards sandbag. That one is found, but Patrick tagged so low in the process. You can't help but wonder if this is troublesome now.
Yeah, this is not looking good for them. If they can find another pick here, maybe get the jump, but Aaron is watching this angle. And with DGL finding that kill, it's just a matter of time. Aaron puts a bullet into Keen's head and now tagged. It's a 1v4, and albeit two of these players are on a half health, but definitely not ideal. And now it's just a final stand, the final offensive. Gonna have to jump up headshot maybe, as these smokes are causing him some trouble. But being spammed through the smoke, re-smoke coming through, everything is pointing to PERA. It's just a matter of who gets the final shot, who gets the final kill. And it looks like it's going to be Bibu, and that is PERA taking map number 2, 13-11. We are going the full distance, and it is going to be Mirage as a decider.
Yeah, this is again. It looked like System5 all the way. That was such a strong start in the second half. They got in the lead. They got to double digits first. And then they just had to secure 3 more and things just... So, it's quite evenly distributed. We gotta find out if they can do the same over on Mirage. I'm curious to see, what is your prediction if you will win out this map?
I said at the start, I think the map veto favors PERA. Especially now that we are on Mirage, which they have this season alone, just looking at Challenge League, had generally better results on and been more confident to play. So I'm handing this one to PERA on the map veto. Again, a lot will decide. It does seem that PERA will be starting on that CT side, a little bit of an advantage. And Bibu heard the footsteps, does not want to jump up to Van and get trapped there. Aaron with the opening pick, lovely double dink that onto Bibu, and actually they find Corey as well. And now trying to fight back from Catwalk and Market here. Try pin to the side, but System5, they've weaseled their way in.
Tap, tap, tap. But now with a bomb planted, no kit. This is really a time question. Still so many people to find. First one is there, but Patrick does answer. Oh, and he answers big with 2 kills to his name. And Python helps him out. Lovely stuff. The duo do so well. And with that, System5 off to a strong start here on Mirage.
Yep. We've seen them. They have been incredible in the pistol rounds. I can't quite remember how many out of the, well, now 5 that we've seen so far. They have won. But, 5? Yes. But they've been very, very good. And they've been quite dominant pistol rounds as well. Just overwhelming firepower. And now, we've got to see this continue. Only good for 1, however. System5, they managed to get a bomb plant. So they've got nice weaponry. PERA, they forced up into this. And actually, it's working quite well for them. They have the player advantage now. They've taken a lot of space. In fact, they have the whole of B. Well, they had the whole of B. They've decided to back off a little bit. Just hanging around here. Not even hazarding a look at Miz. And PERA, they've just been allowed free reign. System5, they found a lot of space over towards B. They backed off, and now PERA is backed off a little bit. Corey is still nearby, and Aaron coming back on over to assist as well. Given the fact that they've seen nothing mid, they've heard nothing at all A. There's only one place they could be right now.
Still a bit of a gamble here coming through. Ooh, Corey gets tagged. Still decides to stick to his plan. Actually could be quite crucial. Spots the hat. That is the first frag. And this is getting scary now for System5. They invested so big into this round on the back of a victory. But it could be a force. That's going to be stealing it all away. Just 20 seconds left. Python does get one. But now Keen, 30 HP. Not going to happen. Just has to save his weapon. But man, this round has completely spiraled out of control.
You don't see the CTs buying up after they lose the pistol very often. Because you often end up with a very messy buy. But they make it work. And that is a really nice one to win and steal away that conversion round. And I'd also like to point out on System5, all of the kills across these two rounds so far have been off the back of Patrick or Python. Still the majority of this roster not able to get themselves on the scoreboard just yet. But very, very early days, of course. That is the caveat. But PERA, this is a nice position to be in. They've stolen across that Galil as well. And an AK, so very heavy investment here. And they're going up against just some upgraded pistols. And that single rifle on Keen. Lovely flashes. And that's something that System5, they've had some brilliant flashes. But they've just not been able to get much use or as much use as they'd like to out of them at times. That smoke, they're going to hold not one but two at bay in Palace. And unknowingly, hey, incredibly useful piece of util.
Defaulting. Wanting to see if they can get an opening somewhere across the map. But I do wonder if we're forced pistols, if defaulting is the right strategy here. I think like maybe trying to overwhelm, group up. Maybe leave a lurk behind, you can do that. But I guess now nothing found, no one pushing. Oh, I'll say that. There is one peeking into underpass and he grabs both. So yeah, instantly gonna be forcing a reaction coming for out of System5. You can't rely on those players anymore. So just gotta hope you can get onto the side. And so far it's only Python who grabs a kill, but it will stay at that.
Yep, that is a nice one to be stealing from under System5. I say stealing as if they had much weaponry to work with there. And there's going to be even less on this round. As you can see, the money is not looking particularly healthy. In fact, the only thing we are going to see here is a little bit of utility bought. Keen dishing it out. That is 2 flashes and a smoke grenade. I will be quite curious where they choose to send these. It does look like heading over towards A. Warrior flashed off the angle, but spots them as they pour out Heaven, managing to get 2 as well. That's huge, and Aaron has his back, gets a 3rd and 4th, and DGL gonna throw his name into the hat as well. Getting that final kill on Python in that round, really quickly dealt with and very nicely dealt with there by PERA, trying to establish an early lead because, of course, managed to establish a bit of a lead early on over on Vertigo, but caught up with by System5. Actually dragging out a little bit longer, and you've got to remember, the quicker they can close this out, the better, because the longer you go, the more fatigue you're going to get.
But this is now a bit tricky. There's a lot of pressure upon Corey to hold middle off. Aaron does support with utility, which I do like. And now smoke faded for a sec, trying to put pressure back on. Player spotted. Nate thrown. Will definitely soften up Keith. Uh-oh, but it needs to be careful. Already getting pushed from apartments. They were not ready for that at all. Tag, though, is maybe not ready for a CT util, but already this close. So at least his life will be taken out, but not before a very big advantage has been secured for System 5. Now ready to take on middle. Only one player up on this A site, with one rotating on the way, and surely he will be sandwiched. There we go. It's only DGL. Needs to clutch with a 3K. Not gonna happen. Patrick shuts it down onto 7 kills already. And it's just, well, the core of the team here. Patrick, Tad, and Python doing the work. Breast not really finding much kills yet, but at least found a way back into the game. But this next round is going to be tight, because PERA still got enough money to buy.
It was quite interesting, and something that I just wanted to note is that we saw I think it was Corey and Bibu on Catwalk, and yet they still chose to HE and peek window at the same time. I'm not sure if that was a miscommunication, or maybe they were just really, really adamant they wanted as many eyes on mid as possible. System 5, they have a little bit of room to work with here. They're really just avoiding mid at the moment. They don't want to fight for it. Actually hanging around in spawn quite a little bit. Might be setting up some utility. There we go. Having finally a peek at mid. Put that presence over towards B as well. Just applying the pressure. Little do PERA know. But he smokes going to make sure that everything has to move so slowly. And that bomb very much committed towards B.
Spotted, and instantly a reaction. Gonna be slowing them down a big ton, and the players up on short as well have fire in front of their feet. Now Cora deals with the first. Nate, oh, lot of damage dealt. And sure, he does deal damage up on Chill, but not before his own life is taken out. He does a prime position though. Well, position red, and with that, numbers made even. Still though, long rotation still on the way from Aaron, who only just now sets foot up on middle, and the rest still stuck in market, hoping for a little gift to come their way. But it's not going to come easy. Tag is not going to be peeking out as much. Just jiggling. Here's the footstep. Aaron. Oh, okay. Double kill now coming through. And Piper being tagged. Position revealed. And a defuse that can come on through. That was scary. But in the end, very well done there on the timings. And really trying to scrunch them all at the same time.
Yep. System 5, they do manage to get themselves a bomb plant. They are putting up a bit of a fight. I would like to just point out that Bibu and Keen, and actually Chill, mind you, we're 6 rounds in, and none of them have found a kill yet. We talked a lot about the team play in the run-up to this game as well. And it seems like maybe on both sides there's a little bit lacking here. It seems very coordinated from PERA, but you know, the fact that 2 of System 5's players haven't managed to find themselves some kills and they're relying on, well, mostly Patrick at the moment, is starting to worry me a little bit. Heading into round number 7. Yeah, heading... Yes?
Well, I wanted to say how Chill is the player, was a player on both maps, in fact, where the one popping off is System 5 and he's currently on 0. So, definitely needs to step it up a notch, I think, if System 5 want to get alive. It's been such a crucial part of the team, and maybe some aggression we'll have to do. But 3 AKs up, the rest on Mech 10 is going to try and get in hard. Bibu at least stands tall for the first, looking for more. Runs out of bullets, and now about to put alive. He's almost forced into the fire. And now a very chaotic fight, to say the least. Tag now found, but bomb planted.
Ooh, running out of bullets. That HE grenade was almost nice, but Keen, they don't expect it. They almost line up. So much damage done onto Aaron as well. And with these low HPs, even at long range, these MAC-10s are going to eat that up. Keen gonna get the final kill, and they're keeping it even Stevens. Trying to make sure that no team gets too ahead of themselves, and actually I don't think there's a better way for this final map to go.
There's a fight of way back like that. Just brute force your way into it. And it works. And immediately PERA out of money. No choice but to force. They do have a scout on M4, but the rest is up on pistols and a single flash. That is very, very dire. But it's not impossible. And it all depends on reads. It looks like PERA does want to push. Get a bit of information. But no one's home currently in Palace, so not much going to be granted.
Ooh, both of them, they have the right idea. Neither of them quite have the right angle right now. Keen there behind the boxes, having a look at window, but nobody is home right now. Actually, it's tagged coming up from underpass that might cause some issues, but losing Keen in mid. Actually, this has stunted all of their progress. It's finally Patrick finding that trade, but it might be too little too late, especially with PERA finding yet another kill. And even on the back foot, they're finding something, they're making it work. A lot of damage done to several of these PERA players, but they still have the number advantage. They can still apply that pressure.
What?
And that is a nut scout kill to be getting as well. And now just Python left. Yeah, he has the AK, but 4 still alive, even with low health. Too much of a tall order, especially when you're fighting battles on all fronts. From Catwalk, from window now as well, from Connector. You are not getting out of this alive.
Not gonna happen. Man, and I was worried. No util. And again, it's just the aim game where PERA seems to be winning it out. Aaron delivering with 11 to his name. And damn. The scout kill as well. It's just... we
nuts.
unfortunately didn't get to see the POV, but that was nuts. Absolutely nuts. Alright, so with that, 5-3, gap remains 2. And now on the flip side, it's pistols alongside a single rifle. So let's see if System5 can set the formula to their own hand. Maybe pull off something similar.
Maybe indeed, and the sounds of HE's ring out across the map. Aaron, very wary of underpasses, being caught off guard a little too much for his liking from down there. But they're playing slightly further back. Chill, lovely angle. Ooh, just missed out there as well. The two of them dancing around the walls. It's PERA that wins out that fight. Running out of bullets does Aaron, and he is going to fall. But his team picking up the slack. PERA with a kill, Corey with a kill, and they are still waiting and watching for this underpass push as well. The timings, they've just missed the peek out, the little jiggle into mid.
Once again, they go 1 for 1. But Python eventually double peaked. Lovely stuff. But even though got scared, they deal with them nicely. They don't want to give them individual fights. So, doubling the scoreline now of System5. And their money is gone. So, looks like PERA can secure the half most likely. With 7. And, well, maybe even get more.
7 would be nice. More than that, a possibility of up to 9 rounds here on their CT side, and they are looking primed to go for them. At the very least 7, putting them at an advantage at the half, albeit this is not one of the most weighted maps in terms of CT versus T side percent win, but it still has a little bit of a difference. PERA, lovely opening kills, and DGR with one of their own, and even though it was an eco, this has fallen to bits. Not a single point of damage. I say that, sorry, 3 points of damage onto PERA has been done. And Keen left on 6 HP. Will he be able to find anything at all? Even if it's just to buff the ADR a bit.
Well, he knows where most of the players are going to be at. Guarding that bomb. But nope, not gonna squeeze past Aaron, landing himself 13 frags, 2 KD, and a little bit. Absolutely wild what he has been doing for the team, and it's still, it's kind of funny because I feel like Corey and Bieber are just not really seeing anybody for the most part.
Yeah, it does
But,
feel a bit like that.
Yeah, so 7, of course, the predicted. But now let's see if they can also get to 8. It's got to be another buy round coming through from System5. What is the plan going to be? Because the last couple of rounds, things have fallen a bit flat. And not always have come down to a bomb plan. Ooh, continuous pressure being put on them in towards middle. Again, a bit more defaulty. Trying to regain control of middle right now with flashes and smokes. At the same time, the CT's get impatient. Oh, but that impatience getting punished. Patrick with a double. And again, they want to get trades back so desperately, but System5 is still in a default position. They can encounter that. And boom. Massive lead secured.
Indeed, and this is a massive switch up from System5. They are looking so sharp mechanically on this round. And DGL, last left alive, just going to try hold on to this orb. Little does he know danger is waiting for him right around the corner, quite literally. And that is a nigh-on flawless round there for System5 as we go into the final round of the half. And luckily, good round win streak and just playing well has afforded PERA mostly everything they could want. A little bit of utility missing here and there. On the CT side is going to cause them a couple of problems. However, I'm sure they will find a workaround. And System5, this would be really nice. 7-5. And then if they can steal away a pistol, that's even once more. PERA, they'd love to make it 8-4.
They're gonna get aggressive. And this time around, it does pay off. Need to be careful not to lose it. Bomb dropped. Tagged wants to pick it up. Does so on the back of a nade. And actually kills Aaron in the process. This is nice stuff. So, sure. A bit of information at least there for PERA. But System5 can do with that whatever they want. They can pull back like they're doing here. And put pressure somewhere else on the map.
That they can indeed. And that pressure elsewhere on the map that they are going to apply. Well, for the side of System5, that's going to be mid. For the side of PERA, they are just going to hold their positions for now. And actually, Corey's going to be in trouble in a second because there's not much cover available to him. And his head has just gone flying off his shoulders. Now, Poria trying to spot someone. Ooh, just looks away at the wrong second there. They're creeping on over towards B, and the fact that they've heard nothing and not seen anything coming out the other side of connector. Must be information. Ooh, breaks the grates and is going to die because of it. DGL going to find 1 kill. Goes for a repeat, a little bit apprehensive, a little bit ahead of themselves, and that is going to be tagged finding a kill, and now it's just Bibu left.
1 versus 3 is getting close, of course. But this is far from ideal. You have no utility, no way to try and get these fights into individual ones. And the eyes are already up on CT. Flash actually comes through. No one actively peeking, but it will be a bit of a warning sign as to where these players are gonna be situated. Still, no one peeking. Shadow now reveals. And, well, I guess the Molotov will have to do up on the bomb. There we go. Very close half yet again. Who will win out this game? Find out after the break.
Hello and welcome back, everybody. 7-5 is the scoreline right now. System5 on the back foot, and PERA, they finally have a chance to try take the lead. Last time these two teams clashed, System5 won out the series 2-0. This time we've gone a third map, and PERA is looking to rewrite history. And it all starts here with this pistol round. It would be really nice for System5 to get close up the gap, but PERA might have different ideas, especially with DGL getting the opening kill like that.
No, it's gonna blazing, trying to get the bomb planted. But a couple of kills do come back, making it even. No, actually, a player advantage now for System5 secured. There's actually a kid in the mix as well. So good chances here for System5 if they can get through players like DGL. And also, we have PERA positioned quite well over towards Ram, but no, head gets taken off. And System5 secures a second pistol. Yet again, they've been good at these pistols. But let's see. I wouldn't be surprised that on the back of a bomb plan, PERA wants to get in with another force buy.
I would have no doubt either, especially seeing those Galils come into the inventories. And I can't blame them. They're going with the Galils and a little bit of utility as well. Those upgraded AKs not quite within their grasp right now. But actually, it's a really messy buy from System5 here, actually. We can see the AMP coming on out and the Scout, although there's been some snazzy Scout clips this series so far. Tagged. Just waiting, holding on to this HE for as long as possible. Shouldn't got to find anything with it. Maybe just warding them off. Suggesting to them maybe a little less than politely, this is not where you are meant to be going.
Very slow approach here, but both squads being very much on edge. I mean, the PERA is going to be bringing a force buy into this round. Gonna sneak for a connector now. So far, go unnoticed. Actually, I think now Chill has got an idea. I think the call came through from middle, but not going to be ready at all. Bibu finds a double, but Keen. Oh, no! I thought maybe he could be good for more, but Head instantly decapitated. And a 4v2 is such a dire-looking scenario. Tagged so close to a player. Here's the steps, but honestly, there's no kid to play as well, so at most you can just hope for an upgrade. There is a knee key there. So I'm just waiting for a player to come around the corner, go for an exit perhaps.
That would be a great idea. But System5, unfortunately, they are not even going to be awarded that. And PERA, we talked about the force buy, and it has come on through, and it has done them well. And that is going to, unfortunately, tank the money in the bank of System5. I say tank the money, what money? And that is a very snazzy round to pick up if you're PERA, losing only one as well. It's only one weapon that you need to rebuy. You managed to scoop up a couple of those A1Ss as well, so you've got that upgraded firepower. And System5, there's not really much that you can do here. Maybe some P250s. Got another ump coming on out here. But honestly, nothing to write home about. And PERA wanting to try extend this lead, hit the ground running in this half. They lost the pistol, but that does not matter to them.
Patrick falls as well. Starting to look a bit rough for System5, trying to find these ways back into the round, and the last two have already proven it is not an easy job. Trying to fight long range with a FAMAS, but no, your opportunity gets denied. Chill then, the last man standing, and nope, met with a nade in the face. This is now very rough. It's PERA really bursting through this second half and sending System5 back to eco territory. So far from ideal because PERA on the brink of getting double digits and perhaps now walking over System5 here on this last map.
Yep. Difficult one here, 9-6. It's not too big of a lead, but every round that PERA gets, they get closer to series point. And Chill with this Deagle, looking to try find a magic pot shot. Not going to be awarded it just yet and held at bay by the utility that they cannot afford and so direly wish they had. Now there's a lot of aggression into mid and actually pays off a little bit, but Corey with the 2K able to switch on over to the sidearm as well, backed up by DGL and by PERA. They're going to have to move back here to V4. They're looking to make that jump. Python is holding for it as well, does manage to tap away and try even the numbers a little bit more, but there's a lot of information given away to System 5.
Yet again, a bomb planted, and technically 2v3 is not impossible, but it is on the back of a rough round for System 5 yet again, and I think in this scenario it's just the best scenario to try and hang on to the weapons, get a bit of economy going your way, and then try to bounce back in the next round. And I think now is a good time to call a timeout, because things are not quite going the way for System 5 here right now. We all know what happened to the last map. And for System 5, this is going to be a very, very important next round.
Yep. They need to try stop the hemorrhaging at some point. And now that they finally have guns in their hands, if they don't manage to do it on this round, they are running out of contingency rounds. They're running out of any sort of map left to play here. That gap slowly increasing, and with it, their chances to try come back, their chances to try mess around, limit test as well, because every round that you have to eco, every round that you're trying something new is a round that maybe not quite going to go your way and ekes PERA closer and closer to that victory. Now Python up on Catwalk, knows that PERA likes to take this early mid control, and they have been very dominant with it. But the whole of mid is a minefield of smokes and bullets. Chill has a little bit of an angle, a little bit of a window to look through. Has Patrick as a... They are still a little bit concerned about underpass, but no one there, no one waiting. They are all top mid.
It's just Aaron here, perhaps trying to be a bit of a distraction. Deals at least one player up in the ladder room and hopes to sneak by. But there's a very cheeky crossfire now. There we go. Actually, there's no way he still gets away with one. That is absurd. And now Keen continues the punishment. But finally a kill found back. How much more can PERA do? Stuck sort of here in Tetris. Oh! Almost get keyed for the smoke. That's kind of wild. But still, time is getting low. 25 seconds. Corey with a very important frag found. They know Keen is back here on the side. But now Tad gets rid of DGI. Actually gets rid of both. As now, System 5 found a very much needed 7th round.
They do. They need to convert off of it. That's something we saw them struggle with in their series yesterday against Team Space. Something that we've seen them struggle a little bit with, not really so much on map 1, but definitely map number 2, is being able to convert off of these isolated round wins. It's not something they've been great at. When they can do it, then they start to spiral, they start to close up this gap, they start to take us to the ends and the edges of regulation. But this is a nice way that PERA can shut this down immediately. That is going to show nothing but good signs for them.
Yeah, well, they certainly continue with the pace. Instantly get rid of DGL into its middle. And now there is no way to respond. PERA is sort of more defaulting again. So no one there to trade. Just gotta find another way to find a way back into this round. Indeed.
And And it's not too much of a disadvantage. If a team could do it, I feel like PERA can do it. Python, ooh, might have spotted him out, and that, however, is going to be a little bit of heartbreak for them. Now Patrick weaseled into hell, has the support of Python. Hiding on the ladder, gonna have to smoke themselves off there to stay alive. Pushing forward, and that HE grenade gonna soften up Bibu nicely. Emporia trying to find something, anything, battling from heaven there, but even with the high ground, he does not win this one. And that is 2-round difference now. System5 eking closer, slowly encroaching on PERA's territory. And we've talked about System5. They're a very CT-sided team. They like their CT sides. They struggle a little bit more on that attacking side of things. However, PERA, we really got to see them step up. This round, an acceptable loss. They don't really have the money to invest in much. They've got a hero AK, and it is going towards mid, and there's a lot of bodies here as well. But the back away might just spare their lives.
For the time being, but it depends how aggressive they want to get from Connector. Oh, they certainly have the ideas. Heads are spotted. First one is a fact. Oh, and everyone is here, ready to deal with it. Nate is gonna sting. They try to run away, but there is no escaping. Aaron, okay. Picked up AK, gets one. I'm gonna miss shot from the ult, perhaps. Bit more that PERA can do, but this is far from easy without 2 players tagged and being a player down.
Yeah, it is going to be a rough round here. The health is bad, the weaponry is worse, and I can imagine the morale at the moment also maybe not the greatest in and of itself. However, System5, they are going to be happy with themselves for bringing it back. The next round, I think, is going to be important. This is all just a setup for what comes next. And System5, they are still going to be clinging on to this MP9 unless they can recover maybe whatever weapon Chill was rocking with. And Keen not willing to overextend, willing just to let them have that little bit of space in mid. Not too worried about it. Trusts his teammates on site. And here the utility coming down around them. And Patrick, ooh, DGL, lovely shot there. And actually, suddenly the turntables have turned.
Yeah, there's only 10 seconds, so it definitely got a bit close. But they do manage to get that bomb planted. Now, Tad is already close, but look how far away Keen is. Does Tad want to go for this by himself? He does have a kit. And the first kill now found. Still a long road ahead. And no smoke as well. The bomb continues to tick. Switches to an AK. And his teammate is running. But as his teammate is running, it's still pretty much Tad here. Maybe he has to do the job by himself. Oh, no! He can't finish it. Not through the box. And now it's just Keen. You better run away. Oh, no. Oh, no. Not like this. Okay, he does get the kill. But surely on the exit. Oh, never mind. It's just a bomb. The bomb will become the endless murderer. And that is now 11 secured for PERA, a round that I did not think was going to be going this way.
A round that should
But
not
here we
have
are.
been going that way. I would agree with you there. That was not on the cards, and I think PERA, they're going to be quite happy with themselves. Of course, even on an eco, it's never a round that you, when you're playing, want to write off. We often say, you know, it's an eco, they're playing for next, you know. But you still have to play out the round. You never know what can happen. Often you might use it to limit test, and sometimes you find success there as well. I don't think maybe they were quite expecting to get as much success as they did. But they will take that one gladly. They are now 1 round away from, at the very minimum, securing overtime. And that is a strong position to be in, both in the game and mentally. Now they're heading a little bit towards B as well, having a poke round Abs. Maybe not too much of a poke. They know that they like to have a bit of a nosy themselves, System5. And Tag just going to get the hell out of dodge and back up to bench, keeping a watchful eye out.
Shots fired. Tag goes down. And PERA is very keen on getting to 12 here. But Chill perhaps can deny it. Of course, the hero of the last map now would be dangling on the bottom of the scoreboard and will be traded. Now, PERA, opportunity to plant that bomb. And with 2 players left alive and no money in the bank, I think this has to be a save. Maybe Python wants to do something because an MP9 maybe not quite going to be it. But nope. Life is taken away. System5 is going to be having a very lackluster next round.
Life is a highway, and it looks like PERA is going to ride it all night long. I'm sorry, I'm channeling my inner Tom Pickering with the awful puns and music references, you know? Patrick does have to be careful. There are 2 PERA players coming on hunting, and since he's taken down the first, has to be at the second. But the drop down heard and a missed shot from Corey as well, and that's going to lead Patrick to have an AWP. And suddenly, System5, whilst they lose the round, actually they've gotten a pretty snazzy weapon out of it and stand a bit more of a fighting chance. Not much more of a fighting chance, mind you, but a little bit more.
A little bit, yeah.
As
It's not
treat.
gonna be, yeah, it's not gonna be the most ideal. But you gotta do something. You gotta give it your all if you want to fight for an OT and fight for this map. Fight for requalification because that is what is on the line. Otherwise, you're gonna be going to the relegation stage. Now, you're not quite out of the season and everything yet, but it's definitely gonna be another hurdle you have to try and overcome. And the first kill is a fact. Python falls. And how quick do PERA want to pick up the pace here? Do they want to just commit? Do they want to burst on through? Chill finds one, but not before he gets traded. Now, System5 is... almost everyone is already here. But PERA's not overly committing. Just want to take it a step at a time.
Yep, can't blame them. You don't want to get ahead of yourself. You don't want to get apprehensive because that's when you start to make mistakes. And we've seen it plenty this series from both sides, really. But the fact that they're backing away, they've got a minute left on the clock to play with. They don't have much map control anywhere else. They didn't leave anybody as a buffer, as a placeholder to apply that pressure. So they now have to work their way back through. They are slowly killing off that time. But still 45 seconds to work with. And A does look like their final destination.
And they leave a lurker behind as well to wrap through connector. I really like this setup. But time is low. And if a player still can maybe get a very cheeky kill on the planter, it could still get a bit tricky. We were checking the inner part of the site. And at the same time, at least the flash to buy a bit of time. Poya deals with that flying tag. Sure, we'll deal with him. But the numbers kept very dire. Patrick now falls and tagged. Found an AK. But he has to do it all by himself. Smoke now fades. Has an idea of where players could be. Definitely spots ahead towards Firebox. But that is only one. There's still 3 to find in the process. And time continues to tick. There is no kid at all. And PERA secure 13. It's yet again another reverse sweep here in ESL Challenger League. Already yesterday, System5 won the first map. And then the second map completely lost it. And the third one, it's a similar affair. And now with a repeat of yesterday, well, PERA have secured an insane lower